I'm really enjoying life. I'm doing all the things I like to do.
Why?
It's fun.
That's the main thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Why so late?
You still
And-
outdress us all, too.
What's that?
Still outdress us all, too.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Well, shall we start? I will call the April 13th Board of Zoning Appeals meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Charles Kruger,
Here.
Chris Torty,
Here.
Joel Dendu,
Here.
Marcia Wells, Larry Stilson.
Here. Okay, in Marcia's absence, I am filling in, and I have a long list of things to read here because we have an opportunity to have a virtual meeting with one of the appellants. So, if you bear with me, some of this may be pertinent as I look out here, some of it may not. But anyway, thank you for choosing to attend tonight. As we continue with a hybrid in-person and virtual meeting, we do have special procedures we need to follow tonight. Seating capacity is very limited, so we're asking those in attendance to only be in the chamber during their item and to leave following the completion. Obviously, with the seating we have, that's not necessary at this point. Given the format tonight, we're also asking everyone to be concise and not repetitive. If you have called in or logged in virtually, we need you to mute your phone or device. Please do not do so at this time. Thank you. For each public hearing item, I will ask for the petitioner to present. If the petitioner is here in the building, they will come to the podium and state their name and address for the record and make their presentation. If the petitioner is attending virtually, they should unmute their phone at the time of the presentation, then remute in following the presentation. Whenever anyone chooses to speak, you must state your name clearly before speaking. I will then ask for those in favor to speak on that item. I will first ask those attending in the building to come and speak. Once they have spoken, I will ask those attending virtually to speak. Similarly, I will then ask for those in opposition to speak on that item. I will first ask those attending in the building to come and speak. Once they have spoken, I will ask those attending virtually to speak. Following those speaking against, I will ask the petitioner if they would like rebuttal time to answer questions or to address concerns that have been presented. Once that rebuttal is complete, I will close the public meeting on that item. The board will ask questions and then vote on the item. During this process, the public is not allowed to participate unless called on. So if you are attending virtually, please make sure your devices are muted at that time. Each vote will be done by roll call vote. At the end of each item, I will identify the vote and whether the item passed or failed. I will then call for the next hearing item by reading it off the agenda. I will take a minute or two to stage between meetings since groups will be called in from the hallway or other parts of the building. Your safety is a priority. We have spaced seating to meet the required 6-foot social distancing requirements. As such, masks are optional but are encouraged. There is a hand sanitizer in the hallway. There will also be wipes at the podium for your use if desired. Thank you for your assistance and patience in getting through tonight's meeting. Thank you. All right. First of all, I've gone through that. All right. March 9th, 2021 meeting minutes. Are there any additions or corrections?
No.
If so, they will be approved. Okay. Are there any conflicts of interest that need to be stated?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to note that I received a notice in the mail about Appeal 21-04, the tattoo parlor. I have the property around the corner from this, and I don't feel I have any prejudice one way or another, but I thought I would just mention that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. At this point, I will also state that 2106 has been postponed until the May meeting for anybody's interest. And first item on the agenda, if I've covered everything. First item on the agenda is Appeal 2102, Jeffrey and Deborah Van Poppel. Are they present? And if you'd come up to the podium and give us your name and address, please.
My name is Jeffrey Van Poppel,
713 Prison Valley Drive.
I was here in December, and I got a 2-foot setback to put a shed next to my house. After I talked to my builder, it's the same price if it would be an 8x10 or a 6x10 or a 7x10. So I've decided to come back to get a 1-foot setback so I could have my shed just another foot wider. I can't put my shed in the backyard because I have a ditch back there. I have a picture of it, and it's got a name, so my backyard is on a slope like this, so I have to put it next to my house. I've talked to my neighbor. He's not here. He has no trouble with it. That's all I've got.
Okay, all right. Are there people in favor here, in favor of the appeal? Is there anybody virtual that is present in favor of the appeal? Thank you. Is there anybody here against the appeal that wants to speak? Anybody virtual against the appeal that wants to speak? Any staff recommendations, any staff information wants to be shared?
Not other than the staff report. It's essentially what
Right.
the board acted on previously.
Okay. Any discussion by the board?
No.
I just want to know about this builder that doesn't charge you extra for extra square footage. That's,
After the meeting, you can check with, if he's still here, you can check with Mr. Van Poppel. I'm sure he'll share that with you. Okay, if nothing else, call for the vote.
I move that Appeal 21-02 be approved.
I'll second.
Has been moved and seconded that we approve Appeal 2102. Vote, please.
Charles Kruger,
Yes.
Chris Torty,
Yes.
Joel Dendu,
Yes.
Larry Stilson.
Yes. It is approved 4-0. Thank you very much. Appeal 2103, submitted by Tiffany Fowler. Tiffany? Excuse me, Miss Fowler.
Hello, my name is my name is Tiffany Fowler. I live at 401 East Grove Street, Mishawaka, Indiana 46545. Originally, there is a chain link fence just outside of the property line. It's been up there for at least 17 years, is what I was told. I wanted to put the privacy fence where the chain link fence is. However, now I see that my property line just goes to the garage. So, I'm not really sure what can be done about that, but I just would like to have the fence up at the property line.
Okay. Is there anybody present that wants to speak in favor of this appeal? Anybody virtual that wants to speak in favor? Anybody here that wants to speak against the appeal? Anybody virtual that wants to speak against the appeal? Any comment by the staff other than what's in the report?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Any board discussion?
No.
Is there a motion?
I move that Appeal 21-03 be approved.
I'll second that.
Has been moved and seconded that we approve Appeal 21-03. Call the roll, please.
Charles Kruger,
Yes,
Chris Torney,
Yes.
Joel Dendu,
Yes.
Larry Stilson.
Yes. It is approved 4-0. Thank you very much. Good luck. Move on to Appeal 21-04, appeal submitted by Tryon LLC.
Mr. Stilson, members of the board, Charles Triple. I live at 2002 Linden Avenue in Mishawaka. I'm here this evening. I'm the owner of the property at 110, 112 North Main Street in Mishawaka, and I'm here to get a conditional, ask for a recommendation to the council for a conditional use variance, or use variance, not conditional, to permit a tattoo studio on the second floor of that building. I'm here this evening with Mr. Luis Salinas, who is the proposed operator of the facility. He can answer any questions you have about the operation of that, and I can answer any questions you have about anything else at this time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, no questions?
I did have a question.
Sure.
Does this require any licensing?
Yes, it is, and Mr. Salinas can address that. There's a city license, and I believe there's a county license, too.
County license?
I believe there is, the health
Yeah.
department, yeah, yeah. And I
Okay.
believe that the city license is contingent upon council approval.
Okay, but the county license has been approved, right?
He can answer that question.
Okay.
Look him up, please. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that approval now. They said that once the board approves it, then everything is a go.
Sir, please state your name and address for the record.
Sorry, Luis Salinas, 4126 Woodvale Drive.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Any other questions? Is there anybody here in present to speak in favor of this appeal? Anybody virtual that wants to speak in favor of the appeal? Anybody here present that wants to speak against the appeal? Anybody virtual that wants to speak against the appeal? No staff recommendation other than what's been presented?
Correct.
to
Staff is
us?
recommending in favor of the request.
Good. All right, any other discussion, questions from the board? A motion is in order.
I move that Appeal 21-04 be approved.
I'll second.
Has been moved and seconded that Appeal 21-04 be approved by the board. Call the roll, please.
Charles Kruger,
Yes,
Chris Torney,
Yes.
Joel Dendu,
Yes.
Larry Stilson.
Yes. It is approved 4-0. Thank you very much. Move on to Appeal 2105, submitted by Morgan E. Mick. Is anybody here? Is there anybody virtual?
It would
Have we
be
had any
either,
contact?
Morgan or Andrew Mick.
Pardon?
It would, sorry. It would be either Morgan or Andrew Mick.
Okay.
That would be, I don't know if either of them are on, maybe.
Ask again, virtual.
Is it,
I'd ask one more time.
okay. Is there anybody virtual that is here to speak for this appeal? Shall we postpone it until May, or?
I would continue it to the end of the meeting, and then.
Pardon?
Mr. Chairman, I would continue it till the end of the meeting in case someone arrives late, and then at that point in time, we would have to continue it if there's no petitioner.
Let's move on then, and we will postpone 2105 until the end of the meeting. Thank you very much. As I said, 2106 has been moved to May, so the next order of business is 2107. Appellant Well Pet LLC. Are they virtual?
No, they're present.
They're here, okay. If you'd come forward, please.
Good evening. My name is Steve Stein. I'm an architect with Process Plus out of it's at 135 Merchant Street, Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm here representing, along with me, Doug Mitchell and Robert Tashihan from Well Pet Company. We are requesting a variance from the height requirements, limitations, and also rear property setback. We are proposing, I'll quickly explain the project for you, but we're proposing building a new dryer tower facility. Well Pet is in a process of upgrading their facilities to meet FDA and other general good manufacturing practice requirements. And in order to do this, they needed to build a new shell of a building to put this new equipment in. One of the benefits that we found from doing this project is that it also gave us the opportunity to install a state-of-the-art odor control equipment to this tower. So we're really excited about this opportunity. We're hoping that you guys will give us some accolades by the time we're done. But, so any questions?
Sir, so are you saying that these are some new regulations that now are going to have to be in compliance with?
What we have found is, we're a process engineering company, and what we have found over the past several years is the FDA has gotten more and more strict on pet food production. We don't know really why. We sometimes think that it might be because sometimes humans consume this product. So you know, we are looking at potential sources of contamination, eliminating biological growth within the food itself. So in order to do that, taking an older facility, as you know, this facility's been here for many years, you know, Well Pet is taking that effort and they're investing in this to actually make their product better and to stay viable in this current market environment.
Thank you. And when you talk about odor reduction, do you have any sort of guesstimates as to like what percentage of the I don't know if you can
It's you know it's a very subjective process for analyzing odors, and I'm not an expert in that. I do know that we do have experts that have been hired to design that equipment, and they've done tests which, you know, they have tests that have been provided, I believe, to Mishawaka, to the city.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, is there anybody present that wants to speak in favor of this appeal? State your name and address, please.
Yep. My name is Robert Tashian. I am the engineering manager at Well Pet at 1021 West Lincoln Way, or West 11th Street, sorry. And to address your issue, we've actually had a couple of different presentations, but we've made some testing results. We've had some pilot equipment come in, and we did do some official testing by third parties, and then we did some additional testing as well by an additional third party of our existing systems without odor control that we do have presently, with the odor control presently, and then with the new odor control system. So we do have some levels. They were presented to the City Council over the last couple of weeks, and we're in the process of working with Dale Woody Emmons to put together a presentation to talk to some of the community members as well. But obviously, this building is a big function for us in the sense that it will not only help us produce our product in a better format, but it will also help us produce potentially more and allows us for growth in the future. So this facility is somewhat critical to the growth as well, to the facility.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Anybody else present that would like to speak in favor of this appeal? Anybody virtual that wishes to speak in favor of this appeal? Is there anybody present that wishes to speak against this appeal? Anybody virtual who wishes to speak against this appeal? Anything from the staff?
I just want to note, Mr. Chairman, and I know what the representatives of WellPet are aware of this, but I want to make sure that it's communicated to the civil engineer on the project that the fire department had concerns regarding overhead lines and access to the facility. So we want to make sure that that communication takes place before the drawings get too far along the line.
Please.
Steve Stein again. I actually met with the fire marshal this morning.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we went over his concerns, along with the fire chief and two other younger fire marshals that they're training.
Yeah.
But we did review all of these items. They had additional items actually in addition to some of the things that they had mentioned to the zoning.
Okay.
Or they weren't really zoning issues, they were more access issues. So we're working with them to accommodate their needs, because it's very important that they have access and are able
Right.
to address those fire issues. So we are in the process of working with them.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
And I noticed there's some comment by the engineering department also about the retention.
Right, the retention, I don't want to simplify it, but it's easier to deal with the retention than some of the issues brought up by the fire department. That's why I brought up
Okay.
the fire issue.
Okay. Any board discussion?
No.
No.
Anybody? Okay, and motion is in order.
Mr. Chairman, I will move to approve appeal number 21-05 as written.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve appeal 21-07.
Or 07, I said the wrong one.
Oh, okay.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah.
21-07.
All right, there we go. And roll call, please.
Charles Kruger?
Yes.
Chris Torney?
Yes.
Joel Dendu?
Yes.
Larry Stilson?
Yes. All right, I noticed a gentleman coming in. Let me go back to Appeal 21.
I believe that's Marie Wynn, who
Pardon?
our planning
Marie.
commission, so what I would suggest, Krista, would you mind going to the hall just to see if, my assumption, because they're also on the planning commission this evening, that they thought the meeting started at 7, is my guess. So unless they're sitting in the hall and they're,
Just ask virtually one more time, maybe.
right,
For 2105 is one more.
2105, the Morgan Mick.
Yes, right. Is there anybody here present that wishes to represent 2105, the MIC appeal? Anybody virtual representing
But-
appeal
yeah, but by
2105?
rule, Mr. Chairman, you're going to have to continue it to the next meeting.
Continue it till the
Yes.
next, okay. 2105, does that need a motion?
Dave? No.
Okay. 2105 will be moved till the next meeting in May. Okay? All right. Any new business, old business?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Anybody from the board?
No, sir.
All right. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Good job.